Welcome to Darkrai's story, where forgotten struggles turn into powerful success stories. Here, we don't just tell stories, we bring life lessons from darkness to rise. If you believe in transformation, struggle, and success, you are in the right place. Now let's begin today's story. In a small, forgotten village on the edge of a dusty road, there lived a boy named Arav. He didn't have money. He didn't have shoes most days, and sometimes he even went to school hungry. People in his village called him just another poor boy who will never become anything. But what they didn't see was the world inside his mind. Because while his pockets were empty, his thoughts were rich. Every night while others slept, Arav would sit under a dim oil lamp and read old borrowed books, torn pages, broken covers, but to him they were treasures. He wasn't just reading words, he was building a future in his imagination. He used to ask himself one question every night. What if my situation is not my limit but my beginning? At school, teachers ignored him. Classmates laughed at him. Some even told him to leave studies and start working like everyone else. But Arav never argued. He just listened and learned. Because while others were busy talking about their problems, Arav was busy thinking about solutions. One day, his teacher gave a simple assignment. Write what you want to become in life. Most students wrote doctor, engineer, police officer, but Arav wrote just one line. I want to create something that changes poor people's lives forever. The teacher smiled and said, dreams don't change your reality, Arav. But Arav didn't respond, because deep inside he believed something different. Dreams don't change reality, actions do. Years passed. Arav grew older and life didn't get easier. In fact, it got harder. His father got sick, bills piled up. And finally, Arav had to drop out of school. People thought this was the end of his story, but this was actually the beginning. Instead of giving up, Arav started working small jobs during the day. He cleaned shops, delivered goods, did anything he could to survive. But at night, he learned. He learned about business. He learned about technology. He learned about how people build wealth from nothing. While others scrolled social media for entertainment, Arav searched for knowledge. Slowly, something started changing inside him. He realized something powerful. Being poor is not about money, it is about mindset. After years of struggle, Arav saved a small amount of money, not enough to impress anyone, but enough to start something small. He started a tiny online service from a borrowed computer. At first, nobody trusted him, no clients, no success, just failures. But Arav understood something most people don't. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of it. He kept improving, kept learning, kept trying. Months passed, then years. One day, a small opportunity came. A client trusted him with a project. Arav worked day and night without rest. The result? It was a success. Then another client came, then another. Slowly, his name started spreading. From a poor village boy, he was becoming someone people respected. Years later, Arav built his own company. The same people who once laughed at him now asked him for advice. But the most powerful moment wasn't his success. It was when he returned to his village. He stood in front of the same broken school where teachers once doubted him. And he said, I was not born rich, I was not lucky, I was just consistent when others quit. He looked at the children and said, you don't need a rich background, you need a rich mindset. Your situation is your starting point, not your ending. Today, Arav's company helps thousands of people earn online and build better lives. But he still remembers one thing. I was poor in money, but I was rich in thought. And that changed everything. If you are struggling today, if life feels unfair, remember Arav, because your bank account does not define your future. Your mindset does. Stay hungry, stay curious, stay consistent. Because sometimes the richest people are not the ones with money, but the ones with unstoppable minds. Thanks for watching Darkrai's story. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next story. Until then, keep rising from the dark crescent moon.